Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you a clock that I had made, and it uses the 12 hours of the night of the Egyptian mythology of when Ra descends into the underworld. So there is a theme for every hour. Here you have Ra in the center as a child being reborn, and the two lines, which are Ruty, represent the horizon of the yesterday and tomorrow. And he is flanked by an Ouroboros here, which shows the repeated cycle of a serpent eating its tail and protective arms that protect the child being born. Now, beginning of the nighttime begins, you can see the little sun here. It begins at 6 p.m. at night. This is based on the ancient Egyptian calendar of the new year being in the month of July. And the night starts at 6. In the very first hour, now most of the boats are all on boats of water, but this is known as the celestial sky. So the Nile was representative of the celestial sky. So in the first one is you have Ra transforming into his nighttime aspect, being Atum, and he descends into the doorway of the night, and as he enters, he is protected by his shrine. In the second hour, you have him entering into the field of reeds, into the field of the Nile, encountering the many dangers of the trees and the serpents and the plants and so on and so forth that he has to combat. Then on the third hour, he enters into to the island of the snakes and serpents that he has to combat and defeat, but also snakes that help him along the way. Then he transforms into the ancient Egyptian hawk god Sokar, where he has to navigate through a labyrinth of dangers, and there also he has to combat and protect himself. Then he takes on, in the fifth hour, he takes on the form of Khepri again, his rising manifestation, protected by serpents, preparing for his rebirth. Then on the sixth hour, he defends against the great serpent Apep, with Seth helping him in defending, and the protective eye. This is now Ra in his manifestation, the hawk. Then the soldiers on the seventh hour protect against other dangers that may occur, fighting demons, giants, snakes, and caves and caverns. Then over here, then what you have is on the next boat is Ra turning back into Atum and preparing for his rebirth with his entourage of the gods in the Aeneid that follow. Then you get the hour of the Osiris. Osiris is the god of rebirth and resurrection. He is preparing for his resurrection by taking on the form of Osiris with Atum and Anubis. More combatant soldiers with clubs and weapons to help defend Ra against the enemies of his rebirth. Then you come back to Sokar now with the two protective eyes, showing the emergence of into the day, but eliminating the stars. And then finally, Khepri, the rising scarab beetle that begins the daylight and between the two hills, and the rebirth begins for the day. And the journey would begin again once 6 p.m. hits, going back in the night and starting back in the day. And this is my clock.